turnovers in the fourth quarter. Got to be put a smile on your face, but I felt like Chicago couldn't even get an entry pass into any of their bigs without just a lot of frustration. Just how did the defense, flip from playing pretty well in the third, but just to be like, it felt diabolical at times.
Yeah, I think like the impact of the game physically on them when it got to the fourth, and we made it a lot harder. It was harder for them to kind of muster it up and get easy stuff, and it takes a lot out of you physically, to make plays against some pretty good pressure. And we improved as the game went on, and then we were trying to be opportunistic going the other way. So I thought the game just physically got hard, and that's what we were hoping, that you can wear them down, and I think that happened a little bit.
Coach, I thought the second quarter, it looked like they might build a 10 to 12 point lead, but my goodness gracious, we had some really good defensive stops, a couple of turnovers.
Yeah.
And number 6 knocked down the
She did. She was really good. I thought this was one of BC's best games this year. We've been really on her, about aggression and, be more of, an assassin mindset, as a shooter. And, we showed her some spaces that when she doesn't take those shots and be aggressive, then what she's leaving for the others, gets a lot harder. And I thought BC really took that to heart, and just from start to finish, she was locked in. And we were doing pretty well in the first quarter, scoring it, and not nearly enough stops that you hope for. But then the second group, when they come in, we had a hard time scoring it. And then when the group first 5 went back in there, it took them a little bit to kind of get settled in again. And but we were able to salvage a quarter that got us to at least 16 points. We couldn't have that single digit quarter, which is what we were headed for. But yeah, I thought halftime was good. I think they saw themselves on video in a couple of scenarios. We tried some different things with their bigs. Guard coverage. I mean, obviously I feel bad Atkins went out because obviously she's a big factor for them. But overall, we got a lot of stuff done that we were trying to get done.
With that, and you said you're just trying some different things out of the bigs.
You want me to give you the game plan?
Well, not like totally, but I mean, I was just
partially.
Like, whatever you feel comfortable revealing, but just any adjustments there? Do you think it was literally just a matter more so of just, like you were saying, like just imposing your will on?
No, we made adjustments for sure. You didn't very often see direct entries. If you recall that the last game on Saturday, we got pummeled with a high-low that was really simple. Yep. And they still got a couple, and that's what we told our team. Yeah, that's what they do. They do it well. They're going to get some. They just can't get as many as they got. They can't have something that every time out they can go to something to get something so easy. So our bigs accepted the challenge, and also I think what we were doing on the perimeter, was a little more impactful. It wasn't easy to throw it in. We did, we made some progress on Reese. I mean, she still had her way in the first half, but we see these guys again after the break. It's our first game after the break, and my hope is that we continue to unlock what we're trying to get done defensively, and continue to be hard to play against.
Courtney was just in here and mentioned that the chip on her shoulder was even bigger than it normally is, especially with just her comment kind of being the poster child of the post game on Saturday. Had more rebounds tonight than anyone besides Angel.
Yeah.
Just how did you assess like her play tonight? Was that your response you're hoping to get from your lead guard?
Well, I was confident. When you put yourself out there as Courtney does at times, and sometimes whether it's about a Birkin bag or a Target bag, or in this case, being on a stream, and she's one that backs things up. And she found herself in that situation, and whatever motivated her, we needed it because again we're at the end of a long stretch, and but Courtney didn't look like she her playing almost 36 minutes, but the way she did it for those 36 and the energy and the bounce, it's really meaningful to the rest of the group when she plays like that.
Coach, we saw some spunk from K shots. Do you feel like she kind of took the top off this game?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if she was in here for media or not, but like, you know, we have a couple players that maybe, you know, aren't playing as well as they wanted to kind of coming into this game. And so I thought Mac's approach was really good. I thought she handled, you know, when things didn't go her way or, you know, wanted to do better and stuck with it. And she was a part of us, you know, kind of closing the door on their ability to come back on us. And so really happy with Mac's game today.